You're still waiting for a message, waiting for regret, waiting for an apology that will never come. And while you wait, your life is on pause. Listen carefully. They're not going to apologize. Not because they don't remember, not because they didn't know what they did, but because apologizing would force them to face who they were to you. And most people don't have the courage for that. So they move on. They justify. They forget. And you stay stuck, replaying conversations, imagining accountability, hoping for validation. That's the trap. Waiting for an apology is giving power to someone who already took enough from you. It's outsourcing your peace. Let me be cold with you. An apology doesn't fix betrayal. It doesn't restore time. It doesn't rebuild trust. And it definitely doesn't upgrade your life. It only soothes the ego for a moment. Then what? You're still behind. Still broken routines. Still lost momentum. Still carrying damage that they're not even thinking about. They're sleeping, you're spiraling. That's not justice. That's self-neglect. Stop waiting for emotional closure from people who never cared about consequences. Closure is not something they give you. It's something you take back. And you take it back by building something so strong that their absence stops mattering. Waiting is passive. Building is violent in the best way. Every minute you wait for an apology is a minute stolen from your future. You think that apology will give you peace. It won't. Peace comes from progress, from waking up with direction, from seeing your life move forward, from becoming too busy upgrading to keep checking the past. You don't heal by getting answers. You heal by getting results. Here's the savage truth. Some people will never admit they hurt you because acknowledging it would shatter the image they have of themselves. So stop expecting honesty from people committed to denial. Your mistake was not trusting them. Your mistake is still giving them relevance. An apology is powerless compared to transformation. When you build your empire, their silence becomes irrelevant. Their validation becomes unnecessary. Their opinion becomes noise. You don't need them to admit fault. You need to outgrow the damage. Building your empire doesn't mean money only. It means rebuilding discipline, reclaiming confidence, creating structure, raising standards, becoming unrecognizable. It means channeling rage into routine, pain into precision, loss into leadership. You don't get revenge by confronting them. You get revenge by becoming unavailable to the version of you that needed them. Every successful person you admire learned this lesson. They stopped waiting for apologies and started working in silence. Because apologies are cheap, progress is expensive, and expense creates value. Waiting keeps you emotional. Building makes you strategic. Waiting keeps you small. Building forces growth. Waiting is easy. Building demands sacrifice. That's why most people wait. They say, I just want closure. I just want accountability. I just want them to admit it. No, what you really want is relief from the pain. And relief doesn't come from words. It comes from direction. You don't need them to say sorry. You need to wake up with a mission so demanding that your past can't follow you into the day. You need goals that exhaust you, work that sharpens you, standards that don't negotiate. That's how you cut emotional ties, not with conversations, with construction, brick by brick, habit by habit, decision by decision. They don't get the satisfaction of seeing you broken. They don't get the privilege of seeing your rebuild. You move quietly, cold, focused, unbothered. Let your life become the apology they'll never give. And here's the part that changes everything. When you stop waiting for their apology, you stop being their victim. You become the architect of your future. Victims wait, builders move. Victims want explanations, builders want execution. Victims relive the past, builders dominate the present. Your empire doesn't care what they did, it only cares what you do next. So stop checking your phone, stop replaying conversations, stop hoping for remorse. They're not coming back with honesty, but you can come back with power. Build your body, build your skill, build your discipline, build your life so loud that silence becomes irrelevant. One day you'll realize the apology you were waiting for was never meant to come from them. It was meant to come from you for waiting too long. And you repay yourself by never waiting again. If this hit you, it's because you've been waiting long enough. Like this if you're done waiting for words. Comment building if today you redirect your energy. Share this with someone still hoping for closure. And subscribe, not for comfort, but for discipline, power, and empire-level focus. Stop waiting, start building. They had their chance. Your future doesn't need their apology.